The tribal chief just unleashed hell on everyone he once trusted. Roman Reigns, the man who built the bloodline on loyalty and family, who made "acknowledge me" the most powerful phrase in wrestling, just returned from his attack injuries and absolutely decimated both GUSO and CM Punk in the most personal, most vicious assault we've witnessed in years. This wasn't about championships. This wasn't about main events. This was about blood betrayal. This was about the cousin Roman elevated turning his back, and the best in the world stabbing him in the spine when he was at his most vulnerable. If you think this is just another wrestling angle, if you think Roman's rage is manufactured for television, then you missed the tears of fury streaming down his face as he destroyed the two men who shattered everything he built. Because what happened wasn't entertainment, it was a reckoning. And I'm about to reveal exactly why Roman Reigns might never forgive, never forget, and never stop until both GUSO and CM Punk pay the ultimate price. The night started with CM Punk celebrating in the ring. The best in the world had just won a massive match and was soaking in the crowd's adoration. But there was something off about his celebration. Something almost guilty in his expression. He grabbed a microphone. You know, winning feels good. But winning when you've got people helping you from the shadows? That feels even better. The crowd went silent. What was Punk talking about? That's when GUSO's music hit. But G wasn't coming out to confront Punk, he was joining him. The two men embraced in the center of the ring and the arena erupted in confusion and boos. Wait, what is happening? Michael Cole screamed on commentary. When did this alliance form? G grabbed the mic with that familiar smirk. Y'all look confused. Let me explain something. For weeks, me and Punk have been playing Roman Reigns like a fiddle. All that talk about family? All that bloodline loyalty? That was me manipulating the tribal chief the same way he manipulated me for years. How's it feel, wuss? How's it feel to be on the receiving end? Drop your honest reaction in the comments right now. Did GUSO have the right to betray Roman, or did he cross an unforgivable line? CM Punk added fuel to the fire. Roman, you've been wondering who orchestrated that attack that put you on the shelf? Who planned the ambush that left you broken and bleeding? You've been looking at the vision, at your enemies, at everyone except the two people standing right here. It was US. G and I formed an alliance months ago. Every smile, every handshake, every moment you thought you had allies, it was all a lie. And the best part? You never saw it coming. The revelation hit like a nuclear bomb. The crowd was losing it. G and Punk, two people Roman trusted implicitly, had been working together to destroy him. The betrayal was so deep, so calculated, that it redefined what treachery means in professional wrestling. Punk continued, his voice dripping with venom. You see, Roman, you made a fatal mistake. You thought being the tribal chief made you untouchable. You thought your legacy protected you. But here's the reality. G wanted revenge for years of abuse, and I wanted to prove I'm better than you. So we combined forces. We became the alliance you never expected. And we took you out. G was laughing now. Us, remember when you used to tell me it's not personal, it's business? Remember when you made me choose between family and you? Well, guess what, this is business. And business is destroying you. Watching you trust me, watching you think we were good, watching you smile at me like everything was fixed, that was the sweetest revenge I've ever tasted. The cruelty in G's words cut deeper than any physical attack. This wasn't just betrayal, this was psychological warfare designed to break Roman's spirit. The tribal chief had been played, manipulated, and destroyed by the two people he never suspected. But then the lights went out. Complete darkness. The arena was buzzing with anticipation. When the lights came back on, Roman Reigns was standing at the top of the ramp. Not the composed tribal chief, this was a man possessed. His eyes were wild with rage. His fists were clenched so tight his knuckles were white. And on his face? Pure, unfiltered fury. Roman didn't wait for music. He didn't grab a microphone. He sprinted down that ramp like a missile locked on target. Punk and G tried to prepare themselves, but nothing could prepare them for the hurricane of violence that was about to hit. Second question for you, who deserves the worst beating, GUSO for family betrayal, or CM Punk for calculated manipulation? Roman slid into the ring and exploded on both men. A Superman punch caught Punk flush on the jaw, sending him crashing to the mat. G tried to super kick Roman, but the tribal chief caught his foot, pulled him close, and delivered a headbutt so vicious that G crumpled instantly. Blood immediately started pouring from G's forehead. But Roman wasn't done. Not even close. He pulled Punk up and launched him over the top rope to the floor. Then he turned his attention to G, his cousin, his family, the man who just admitted to orchestrating his destruction. Roman grabbed G by the throat, lifted him, and chokeslammed him with such force that the ring shook. You wanted to play games, Roman screamed, his voice raw with emotion. You wanted to manipulate me. I'm gonna show you what happens when you betray the tribal chief. He pulled G up and delivered a devastating spear that looked like it broke G in half. On the outside, CM Punk was trying to crawl away, but Roman wasn't letting anyone escape. He rolled out of the ring, grabbed Punk by his hair, and slammed his face into the steel steps. Once, twice, 3 times. Punk's face was a crimson mask. The best in the world was getting destroyed. Roman dragged Punk to the announce table and cleared it with one sweep of his arm. Monitors, papers, everything went flying. He positioned Punk on the table and climbed up with him. The crowd was screaming. They knew what was coming. Roman lifted Punk for a powerbomb through the table. But GUSO, bleeding profusely, barely conscious, somehow found the strength to slide out of the ring and shove Roman. Both Roman and Punk tumbled off the announce table in a heap. G had just saved Punk from potential career-ending impact. The loyalty between the conspirators was real. Roman got to his feet first, his eyes finding G with murderous intent. You want to save him. You want to protect your partner. Fine. I'll destroy you both at the same time. Roman grabbed both men and started throwing them into the barricade, into the ring post, into everything. Security finally arrived, at least 30 guards flooding the ringside area. But Roman was in such a rage that he was throwing security guards around like they were children. 3 guards grabbed Roman's left arm. He powered through them. 4 more grabbed his right arm. He shrugged them off. The tribal chief had become an unstoppable force of pure vengeance. It took the entire security team plus multiple WWE officials to finally restrain Roman. But even as they held him back, Roman was still screaming at G and Punk, "This isn't over. You hear me? I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna make you suffer. You betrayed me, now you're gonna pay with your careers." G and Punk were being helped to the back by medical personnel, both men destroyed by Roman's assault. But even through their injuries, you could see fear in their eyes. They'd awakened something dark in Roman Reigns. Something that wouldn't stop until they were finished. Third question, how should this end? Steel cage? Hell in a cell? Bloodline rules match? Drop your dream stipulation. Adam Pearce rushed out, trying to calm the situation. Enough. Roman, I understand you're angry, but we can't have this chaos on WWE programming. Next week, you'll get your chance for revenge. Roman Reigns vs. GUSO and CM Punk in a handicap match. Winner takes everything: pride, legacy, and the right to call themselves the true alpha of WWE. The stipulation was massive. Roman versus both of his betrayers in a 2-on-1 scenario. But Roman just laughed through his rage. Handicap match? You think I care about the odds? I've been a one-man army my entire career. Gee, Punk, you better bring more than just each other. Because I'm coming for blood. I'm coming to end careers. And when I'm done with you, you're gonna wish you never crossed the tribal chief. Roman broke free from security one final time, grabbed a steel chair, and destroyed everything at ringside. He smashed the announce table, the timekeeper's area, the ring steps, everything. His rage was uncontrollable. Officials had to physically carry him to the back as he continued screaming threats. Backstage footage later showed Roman in Triple H's office. The tribal chief was demanding the match be made even more brutal. I don't want a regular handicap match. I want no disqualifications. I want no countouts. I want them trapped in that ring with me until I decide they've suffered enough. Make it happen or I'm hunting them down in the parking lot. Triple H, seeing the fire in Roman's eyes, agreed, you've got it. Next week, Roman Reigns vs. GUSO and CM Punk. No DQ, no countout, false count anywhere. But Roman, if you step over the line, if you go too far, I'll have no choice but to suspend you. Are we clear? Roman's response was chilling. The only thing that's clear is that those two made the biggest mistake of their lives. And next week, I'm gonna show them what real betrayal looks like when I end their careers. He stormed out, leaving Triple H looking concerned about what he just unleashed. Now let's break down why this is the most personal feud in Roman's career. GUSO isn't just another opponent, he's family. He's the cousin Roman grew up with. The man he trusted with his life. Having G orchestrate his attack cuts deeper than any championship loss ever could. This is about broken trust, shattered family bonds, and betrayal at the deepest possible level. CM Punk's involvement makes it worse. Punk has always positioned himself as the rebel, the voice of truth, the guy who calls out hypocrisy. But he's the one who manipulated Roman. He's the one who orchestrated a secret alliance. The hypocrisy is staggering and Roman is going to make him pay for every lie. The handicap match stipulation with no rules is perfect. It allows Roman to unleash complete violence without consequence. He can use weapons, he can be brutal, he can show the side of himself that's been dormant. This is going to be a massacre. But here's the danger for Roman: fighting with pure emotion makes you vulnerable. G and Punk have shown they can work together. They have a strategy while Roman only has rage. That could be his downfall. Anger is powerful but it's not smart. My prediction? This match becomes a war that doesn't end in one night. Roman gets his revenge but G and Punk refuse to stay down. This becomes a months-long blood feud that culminates at a major PPV in a final battle that settles everything. The wrestling world is obsessed with this story. Social media is exploding with takes. Everyone's choosing sides. This is the most emotionally charged angle WWE has done in years. Share this video because Roman's revenge is unmissable. Comment whether you're Team Roman or Team Betrayers. Like if you think Roman will destroy them both. Subscribe to Wrestling World CC because next week's coverage will be insane. Roman Reigns versus his two greatest betrayers. Family versus calculated alliance. Rage versus strategy. Next week, someone's career might end. The tribal chief is out for blood, and nothing will stop him from getting revenge. This is personal. This is war. And we're covering every brutal second. Because when the tribal chief seeks vengeance, everyone should be terrified. Acknowledge the rage.